I bought this at a garage sale yesterday for $2. It's a motorcycle lift. I thought because it was dirty that it was old, and old typically means quality. Right before I used it, I saw that it was made in China, but I used it anyway. And this ended up costing me, or what could potentially cost me, $2,000 because of the damage it caused for being a piece of trash. What happened is when I jacked it up on that thing, the kickstand was down. And I was coming around the, coming around the bike to put this up, the jack dropped, and then this impacted and it broke the frame boss off. If we can get this boss out without cutting this sleeve, then we don't have to buy a replacement. I'm going to use some really thin oil. This is Croil. I think they're, what's their claim to fame? It creeps. Maybe that'll creep down inside of there. This is going to be a real Hail Mary here. Will it move? It's moving. These Cobra pliers are worth their weight in gold. There it is. Dang. That is tragic. I replaced the factory pins that take or the bolts with the cotter pins. I've had those fall out because the clips get broken. Replaced them with these stainless steel bolts. These do not come out. According to the book, this is an M8 thread, so we're going to need an M8 tap to clean out these threads. I want to chase these threads. They've got all that Loctite and stuff in them. The alignment and centering of this boss is critical because we have to have a bolt that has to pass through these threads and match up with the existing ones. So any deviation or rotation from what it was originally, it won't work. Now if I bottom out the tap right there, this boss should thread down there, basically where it needs to be. And the idea will be to leave the tap in it and to make these welds. And that way, once this is stuck, this will go out and basically chase those threads, and the bolt should go right back in there deep into that frame once we get a little bit longer one. One thing I've learned about welding is having a clean surface makes a big difference in the quality of what you get. That is where the boss needs to go to be repaired. This is the bushing for the kickstand. You can see that there's a kind of a cutout there for that boss to line up. Now that's bottomed out on the boss, and that gives us maybe 1/8 of an inch behind there for the weld. The two pieces of steel we have to join are very different thicknesses. We've got the boss here is probably, it's a little over 1/8 of an inch, and then this is thick. This poses a problem for professional homeowners who are not great welders. Let's take a look at our first tack weld. Again, I am not the expert here, but it looks good. It could have been worse. Oh, the temptation is to keep it on longer than I know I ought to. I think it's looking good. I'm controlling the weld reasonably well. Just when everything was going so well, I messed up, guys. I didn't put the tap back in there when I did that last couple tacks. What a moron. And a slag ball jumped in there. I tried to start that thread and it was resisting as if we didn't have enough trouble. One thing we had going for us were those nice threads. Oh, we got it, guys. We got it. Wow, what a bonehead thing to do. The tap felt good. Let's see if the OE bolt does the same. Now we're going to need to find a longer version of this, which may be tough because it's got that custom shoulder on it. That feels really good. The bolt goes in all the way to the shoulder. Using a die grinder to just hand machine that down very, very carefully. This took hours of very careful machining. As you can see, these are solid carbide bits, and I just painstakingly went in there and then hand finished everything with a file. Here's the problem, is that now that I've got that welded, I didn't dare remove any more than that. This bushing is held off the frame a little bit. Now there's a gap. So I couldn't figure out a way to fill that gap. I was going to alter the piece, and then I decided, no, I want to use all factory parts. If I want to buy a replacement, I don't want to have something custom. So what I did is I had to grind or file this down a little bit bigger to fit over the weld. This is a stainless steel piece that protects the frame. Yeah, that'll work. It's sitting just like it did in the factory. I think we're just about ready for assembly. Here's what I came up with. There's the stainless. I've got this bronze washer, and that is just about the thickness of that weld. And that will, when this is tight, it should hold this firmly from rattling. Now, I found a longer bolt right here. This is the size that was in there. That seems too short to me. Now, I may have, that could be on me. This is from a sprocket, so it's a KTM bolt, same shoulder. But the threads aren't cut far enough. Sprocket bolt. It's got to be made of the best steel. There's our fresh cut threads. The Sharpie mark, that is the depth, so we're good there. We have a little headspace. All KTM parts minus this. I think we are ready for our final assembly. I'm not going to modify this piece. I thought about grinding this. This is stainless steel, hard as nails. So this way we're not going to alter the piece, but this isn't going to wear because the kickstand is aluminum, much softer. That, you know, this is the wear item. That is it. Don't see any problem. Just added that washer and re-welded it. Oh, I couldn't sleep last night. I was stewing and worrying about this. I thought, was I gonna have to get a new frame? I'm glad it worked out. All right, thanks for watching. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.